Phones that fold in half may be new to most people, but here in Seoul, the capital of Samsung's home country of South Korea, you can find them almost everywhere you go. Foldable smartphones have been around since 2019, but they haven't taken off in the US and account for just a fraction of global smartphone sales. Still, the market is growing, with market research firm the International Data Corporation estimating that shipments will grow more than 50% in 2023 compared to 2022. And Samsung is the dominant player, making up 62% of the market in the first half of last year, according to Counterpoint Research. Samsung's large presence in South Korea has made Seoul a sort of foldable capital of the world, the perfect place to find out what people really like about them and if they could become mainstream here in the US.
핸드폰 안 열어도 뭐 왔는지 확인할 수 있는 거.
I wandered around the streets of Seoul and was able to speak with Z Flip and Z Fold owners about their devices and why they bought them. They were everywhere. The streets of Gangnam, Gwangjang Market, the popular Starfield Mall, you name it. The most common device we spotted? Samsung's Galaxy Z Flip. Nearly all the Flip owners I talked to said one of the biggest appeals is the design.
저는 플립 1부터 사용을 했었는데 그냥 이게 컴팩트한 게 너무 좋아서 계속 쭉 사용하고 있고요.
네, 일단은 플립이 이렇게 작으니까 주머니에 넣기도 편하고 그리고 이렇게 앞에 스크린 같은 게 있어서 스크린에다가 뭐 메시지 확인도 편하고.
Jun-Suk Kim, an IT project manager, has a Galaxy Z Fold, Samsung's larger foldable. He says he enjoys using it for work since he can view PowerPoints and message coworkers at the same time.
다른 사람들이랑 커뮤니케이션을 하거나 아니면 이제 업무적인 얘기를 할 경우가 많은데 그때 PC를 통해 가지고서만 얘기를 할 수 있다가 갤럭시 폴드 같은 경우에는 여기에서 바로 파워포인트나 아니면 메신저로 바로 얘기가 되기 때문에 장소 관계없이 커뮤니케이션 다 되거든요.
It wasn't all compliments though. Some pointed out the downsides of owning a foldable phone.
저는 다른 사람들은 어떤지 모르겠는데 지금 필름이 자꾸 갈라져서 지금 4번째 필름을 쓰고 있거든요.
But not everyone has a foldable. And it's worth noting a lot of the flat smartphones we saw were iPhones. But in my hometown of New York, I rarely see foldable phones in the wild at all. South Korea was one of the largest markets for foldable phones last year, behind only the much larger regions of China, North America, and Europe. Samsung's new flagship store in the upscale Gangnam district shows how the company is trying to woo customers who are intrigued by design. It's unlike any electronics store I've ever seen. It's filled with pastel colors, there's a cafe, an auditorium, and of course, the Z Flip is at the center of it all. There's a special area where you can buy exclusive Z Flip accessories you won't be able to find elsewhere. And given that design seems to be the top reason why South Koreans I've spoken to are interested in the Z Flip, that's a big deal. Yes, South Korea is Samsung's hometown, and the company's technology is popular there. But it wouldn't be the first time new mobile technology has taken off in South Korea before going mainstream elsewhere. Phones with larger screens were popular in South Korea and China, for example, long before they became the norm in other parts of the world. Perhaps Samsung is hoping that foldables will take a similar path, setting the stage for the next big shift in how we use our phones. It could be why Samsung decided to launch its newest foldables in Seoul. But Samsung has a lot of challenges to overcome, the biggest of which is price. These phones are still very expensive, with the Galaxy Z Fold 5 starting at $1,800. And Samsung now has more competition from rivals like Google and Motorola, both of which just launched their own new foldable devices. Only time will tell if foldables do become the next big thing. But if that does happen, I'll always remember that I saw them everywhere here in Seoul first.